to that field hospital where he is given the best medical care it's possible for a soldier to get.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were a tanker in World War II, right, Sam?
Yes, I was, Carl.
Well, a lot of these men coming back from Korea tell us this is not very good country for tank fighting. How do you feel about that?
I disagree with that statement very much. When we first got to Korea, we had no tanks, and the Chinese and the rest of them were able to push our troops back on several occasions. On the first time, the North Koreans pushed us back to the Naktong River. In August, when the 70th tank came over, we were able to hold those positions and also to have a tank task force break through and go 123 miles in one day. Now, on the map of Korea, if you look at the west coast, the plains from Seoul to Pyongyang into Shinanpo is all flat plateau country, and tanks can be utilized there very much.
Well, that's on the west coast, but how about the east? The terrain there is a little rougher, isn't it?
Yes, sir, Carl, but they're being used in the east too, but not in big forays, but breakthrough points where the infantry goes through. It'd take a mile or two. But no infantryman man likes to go out without a tank going along with him or a platoon of tanks, because they're a very good morale factor to have around with that much firepower.
Well, Sam, how about the British? They had some tanks over there too, didn't they?
Yes, sir, Carl. The British have a 50-ton tank being used in Korea, and when we were forced back the first time from North Korea, it was used as a rear guard, and it's being used very efficiently against the North Korean and Chinese troops today. So I can't see how anybody could say that tanks cannot be used in Korea in a manner that they were used in World War II.
Well, how about a recon mission? Do you use tanks on those a great deal?
Yes, they do. The M24 and the M46 is being used in Korea on recon missions and used effectively. And the infantry likes to have them when they go out on them.
Right, Sam. Well, back in April of 1951, a Signal Corps cameraman went with the tankers in a recon mission. Let's see his report.
After receiving an order to clear an area near the 38th parallel of communist snipers and to search roads for landmines, a detail of a reconnaissance company prepares for its mission. Weapons are loaded and a final check of equipment is made. The tank convoy gets underway. This roadway has already been cleared of mines. The men keep alert for enemy snipers. All bridges over streams and rivers have been destroyed by the withdrawing communist forces. Tanks ford streams at the shallowest points. Foot troops precede the tanks, searching for landmines. A culvert bridge blasted by retreating Reds halts the advance momentarily, but not for long. Engineer troops measure the distance to estimate bridging materials required to span the gully. In no mood to wait, a tank bypasses the wrecked bridge and presses out a detour. The tonnage of the tank smashes a new road that leads through a small village on the far side. This Jeep in four-wheel drive and shifted in low, bogs down despite a persistent attempt to move through the giant rocks. The much heavier tank returns to smooth out the steep approaches and the rocky terrain. Now the Jeep moves over the detour and out the other side over the tank-made path. Teamwork pays off. Remember the sign on the American roads that said, "Beware soft shoulder"? Well, here's what it can mean in Korea. Another tank moves up to the disabled one, but can be of no assistance. Crew members sweat it out while their tank balances precariously. Chinese surrender leaflets are found in the vicinity of the disabled tank, and tankers read the propaganda through curious but distrusting eyes. The usual reaction to these propaganda leaflets is the traditional but appropriate nuts. After radioing for a tank retriever, the recon detail moves on to accomplish its mission.
Those were the events that comprised the big picture from March 20th to April 20th, 1951. Our thanks to Warrant Officer Sam Putterbaugh and PSC Jim Vines of the 1st Cavalry Division for being with us. Next week, the big picture will show the United Nations forces withdrawing in the face of a Red offensive. You'll see the Lincoln Line established north of Seoul. You'll see our troops hold on to that line and later break out in an air-ground assault. And you'll hear from another combat veteran, an Army soldier who saw, as it happened, a part of the big picture. This is Captain Carl Zimmerman inviting you to be with us then.